Padilla is convicted of multiple crimes, including assault of an officer, and he's entered the U.S. illegally at least 3 times.
You have a warrant for your arrest?
Warrant for your arrest of what?
With immigration.
The day started early. This is one of the 4 Houston ICE field office's fugitive operation teams.
We got new ICE data that reveals 1.4 million illegals were given a deportation order, but they remain in the U.S. The vast majority are from South and Central America, but there are tens of thousands of migrants from Africa and the Middle East, 38,000, almost 38,000 from China. We've given a deportation order. Okay, they've had a deportation order. They're still here, 1.4 million. How do you actually get them to leave?
That's a good question, right? That's something that the current administration should have been doing, and obviously they weren't, and they were tying the hands of ICE agents from doing their job. Now it's going to be a very challenging task. 1.4 million. Those are just the ones that have orders of removal, that have already been adjudicated, have already had due process. Now you have to locate them and get them removed. And not only that, now you have the gotaways, over 2 million gotaways that are in the country right now. So it's going to be a very challenging task. That's why it does require everyone to cooperate. Elected officials, state, local, federal law enforcement to get on board and actually cooperate with this new administration moving forward. Because at the end of the day, it's about protecting the country and getting rid of people that should not be in the country, that have committed violent crimes, that have already been adjudicated, that should be removed as per federal law. So it is going to be a very challenging task. I can tell you in Texas, we are ready. We are ready to support whatever the agenda may be. Governor Abbott has made it very clear that we are going to locate any criminals in our state and track them down and get them removed and work with ICE agents. So I think that's what we need to focus on. But again, it's a very, very shocking number, 1.4 million and 38,000 Chinese nationals.
Yeah.
That's a very shocking number. And those are individuals that are in the country right now that should be removed.
That's a very big job. Lieutenant Olivares, thanks for joining us this morning.
3 convicts who were in the U.S. illegally are now behind bars.
The ICE Houston field office sent out multiple teams today to take down the targeted suspects, who will soon be removed from the country. In a Fox 26 exclusive, Abigail Dye went with Fugitive Operation Team Alpha and was there to see them in action.
Police, let me see your hands.
We got a close look at the team that is targeting violent illegal immigrants in our area.
You have a warrant for your arrest?
Warrant for your arrest of what?
With immigration.
The day started early. This is one of the 4 Houston ICE field office's fugitive operation teams.
You guys got the subject in custody?
Team Alpha.
This is every day. We're out there every day in the field.
They met in West Houston, near the 14,000 block of Westheimer, to talk about their target.
You have your ID in your car?
44-year-old Henry Alexander Paredes Padilla.
Honduran national. He has a final order of removal from an immigration judge. So far, as of today, he has 2 removals.
Padilla is convicted of multiple crimes, including assault of an officer, and he's entered the U.S. illegally at least 3 times. He represents the kind of non-citizen that Team Alpha targets.
We know who we're going after. We do target enforcements, and we're going after criminals.
Let's just spread out around the apartment complex and keep eyes up.
We followed Team Alpha to their target and waited. They've had eyes on Padilla for multiple days and knew he'd be coming down this staircase.
JD, check and see if you can set up and see the other stairwell just in case he comes down the opposite.
And eventually, he did just that.
Hands up! You want to hold him right here? Yeah.
A peaceful arrest.
Left hand ready.
While this was happening, the other teams across Houston made 2 more. 41-year-old Mexican national Alanis Mata, who's been convicted of trafficking cocaine and has illegally entered the U.S. at least twice, was arrested in Freeport. And 46-year-old Palau national Shakespeare Ngurmaker, who's convicted of gross sexual imposition of a minor and was in the U.S. illegally, was arrested in Humble.
Fiscal year 24, we only have our 3 quarters out of the 4. We've already arrested over 7,200 non-citizens that are in the country illegally. Of that, 5,000, which is 70% of that number, had criminal convictions. Another 1,300, which is about 19%, have criminal charges pending.
Watch your head.
That means 90% of the non-citizens these teams arrest are like Padilla, convicted or accused of crimes.
We want to get rid of the worst people that you don't want in your neighborhoods.
I have the immigration judge's order I provided for you. The order of deportation.
All three suspects were taken to be processed. Then they'll either have an immigration hearing or be removed from the U.S.
Once we arrive to the facility, I'll let you give your wife a phone call and explain, and you can notify her where you'll be at the Montgomery Processing Center.
The men and women that do this job, live in the community as well. They all take pride in what they're doing.
Good job, guys. Thank you.